It's great to be here at the Bay Bridge on this beautiful spring afternoon. I'm happy to be standing here with our Transportation Secretary, Pete Ron, and his team. He and his team are doing an excellent job. Over the last several years, 40 consecutive tax, toll, and fee hikes have taken an additional $10 billion more out of the pockets of struggling Maryland families and small businesses. These increases cost the average Maryland family $4,600 more per year in taxes, tolls, and fees, and it crushed our economy. The largest tax, toll, and fee hikes in Maryland history have harmed our economy, hurt small businesses, and have been a huge burden on Marylanders all across the state. It's the reason why I was elected, to change that downward spiral and to put Maryland on a new path. And we won 20 out of 23 counties by a margin of 35 percentage points with a singular message that we would get spending under control, and then we would roll back as many of the 40 consecutive tax, toll, and fee hikes as we possibly could. Quite frankly, the massive back-to-back O'Malley toll increases were the ones that we heard the most complaints about all across the state. In the legislative session that just ended a few weeks ago, the legislature killed several of our much-needed tax proposals that would have provided tax relief for families, for retirees, and for small businesses. In some cases, without ever even considering them or bringing them up for a vote, even though the overwhelming majority of Marylanders are crying out for the tax relief that we proposed. In spite of the actions or inactions of the legislature, we were still successful in passing a budget that has the lowest rate of growth in 40 years. And it was the first session in 8 years with no tax increases. Believe it or not, we actually had tax cuts instead of tax hikes, which is almost unheard of here in Maryland. As we promised to do, we repealed the rain tax. And in addition, we passed important tax relief for retired veterans. Now that the legislators have gone home, we're continuing to move forward on our commitments to provide relief for struggling Maryland taxpayers, as we promised them we would do. What we are announcing today is by far our largest tax relief package to date. We are putting more than $250 million back in the pockets of our beleaguered Maryland taxpayers and back into our economy. Just a short time ago, the board of the Maryland Transportation Authority answered my call and the call of overtaxed and overcharged Marylanders, and they voted for our plan to roll back tolls at every single toll facility everywhere all across our state. This is the first time that tolls have been lowered in Maryland in nearly 50 years. Starting July 1, we will lower tolls and fees statewide, giving our Maryland Easy Pass users even greater discounts. Most importantly, we're allowing Maryland families and businesses to keep more of their hard-earned money, which helps our struggling economy. The previous administration pushed through 2 consecutive massive toll hikes, one in 2011 and another in 2013. These were regressive tax hikes that hurt people who could least afford it. It meant that struggling Marylanders faced more expensive trips to work every day, and they also had to pay more for family trips to the beach as they crossed our beautiful Chesapeake Bay. Starting July 1, the cash cost of crossing the Bay Bridge will be lowered from $6 down to $4. If you have a Maryland Easy Pass, the cost will drop all the way down to $2.50, which is the same as the toll was here at the bridge in 1975. If you have a commuter plan for the bridge, your rate will drop even further all the way down to $1.40. Maryland Easy Pass rates will also drop for two-axle vehicles at all toll facilities everywhere, all across the state. In addition, we're also eliminating the much hated monthly fees on Maryland Easy Pass accounts. Instituting those monthly fees was a mistake that caused tens of thousands of people to drop their Maryland Easy Pass or switch their accounts to other states, and it discouraged countless thousands of others from ever signing up for a Maryland Easy Pass. By our actions today, more than 2 million drivers will benefit from this statewide toll tax reduction plan. This tax cut will save hardworking Maryland citizens $54 million each year, putting $270 million back into their pockets over the next 5 years. From the Bay Bridge and the Hatem Bridge to the harbor crossings, from the Intercounty Connector to the new I-95 Express toll lanes, our toll tax rollback will ease the squeeze and make travel less expensive for struggling Marylanders. On July 1, when these tax reductions go into effect, new signs will go up at every toll facility all across the state announcing the toll tax rollback. But today, it's my pleasure to have the honor of starting us off with this one sign right here. Somewhere I'm supposed to have a cool marker. $6. Not very good at drawing. How's that look?